Okay, so I thought for a quick 2 minutes and I thought, well, what type of video should I edit and do today? And then I thought about it and I thought, yeah, I know what video I'll do today. I won't do the Captain America part 2 quite yet. I will do a video about editing. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Okay, so how do we use this software? So the first thing is of how what you would do is, you see this bar, this is your media bar. So this is where automatically you get your type of things from your video folders, which is right here, what your type of exports can be as regularly. So what come automatically where your thing would be found. So for example, this is where my video folder is automatically as a whole. There's the general media pool that you've got, where you've got your files where you can do your timeline type of stuff, do a new type of timeline, new project, you know, you save your project. That does it for every time that the thing is edited as a thing that you definitely want to do. There's your imported media stuff. So for example, you can bring stuff across on here when you do like an open media folder. You can grab all your type of stuff of exports that you need as a whole that I've got. These are just basic adjustment stuff that I've done as a whole in the past. So for example, here, this is a past Daniel where he was testing all of his sound and everything like that for his Elgato to see if he put his sound on the right mode for him as a whole in general. You got your basic general clips. So yeah, when you post the type of music media stuff, this is what I do. I go into the music, I'd choose what type of stuff. I can choose all my type of old music as a whole. The nice Harris Heller type of collection that I've got, which are nice chill beat musics. I did like punk rock type of music stuff that I got from the audio library that you can get from like the classic YouTube stuff as a thing as a whole, which is really nice because those were like they're more dramatic type of running tracks that I tend to use as a whole. We've got as you can see, just how you generally edit as a thing, as you can see when it zooms in and zooms out. If you're wondering how I do this mode of editing, this is for me in the future as a whole. I'd say that you do this by going into this part of the media line, and you see how that this is green at the top. This is a certain part where it zooms in at, where it starts at. The red box is where it ends at. But you can do that the opposite way around. So if, for example, you wanted to zoom into something, you'd move this red box in and you would have the green box all the way on the outside as a whole. How you would do your general type of things, how Captain your America regular part things 2 quite yet. I like fade in and fade out. You see this little part, this is where you drag it across and you drag it up like in the corners, as you can see. If I go onto this, I can do this. This is how you zoom in onto the thing, and then you just simply do like Control Z to undo the edit when you've edited the thing. But I personally, I've done a copy and paste and stuff like that on my mouse, because in my mouse software, because it's like a Logitech mouse, you can customize it to all your different type of profiles as a thing. So I've got copy and paste on my mouse wheel, so I can do that. So for example, this is where you can fully look inside of the edit as a whole. I'm pretty sure you can do the stuff individually on the thing as well. But for example, if I do left on my mouse and then right on my mouse, you see there I got copy and paste. It's Control C and Control V if you're just doing it regularly. for you normal guys out there who are not using a mouse. Your regular zoom in effects, this is also the same thing with the box that you can do. Or if you want, you can go into transform and then zoom in on the thing or zoom out of the thing. You can also add in these things that are like additional blur and all that. So for example, crossfade in, this is what you would do for if you would want to make it look like it like zooms in onto a thing. You know,
okay, so I thought for a quick
just general thing as a whole. You see this little one down here. This is a very important thing because you go into the audio preference thing, -3 decibels. This is what you definitely want to start off with as a thing. If you want to start off with it being quiet to coming up louder, you can alter that where you put it up longer as a distance or have it not as long as a distance, you know. You got your 0 decibel as where it can start on as well that you want, that you might want to do as a whole. You got your titles, so these would be your regular text. So for example, when I did
okay, so I thought for a quick 2 minutes and I
my video of the of one of the older things. So as you can see here, there's the text thing there, title text. I used all of these type of, I used this one in particularly when I did my subtitles as a whole. But you can do automatic generated subtitles, I'm pretty sure, if you go into like the effects and then you go into like text, so like that, and then that does it as a subtitle, I'd say. This is your regular timeline. So this is where you would regularly want to go and split something, or you could go on to clip. These stuff is just a check mark to see if you want to go back to there as a whole, you know. Find media pool, that still does this stuff, I'm pretty sure. Change speed, so this is where you can change it to it being faster or slower as a whole. You can change the music volume, pitch, you know, crop the thing as it goes, realign all the stuff just generally, all the lenses stuff, all that stuff. So you can do all this stuff regularly as well on the regular download.
Well, what type?
You know, but I wouldn't do that really too much myself in a way. Yeah. You've got this bit where you can go through back and forth. They've got the, if you don't want to do each clip individually, you can go on to the fusion compassions and the adjust clip. Adjust clip is used for if you want to, you can also do it as a fade in effect. You see, you can title these. So for example, you do like zoom, and then you can do this as fully optimized as a thing, but this would be how much zoom do you want it to be in. Zoom like that, zoom to the right or the left, zoom for the X and the Y. You can also do stuff that is like the thing where you can have the center go off or center go on, depending on what you want. The pitch and yawn, those are just stuff that you can mess with. That is if you want to go like fully vertically, fully sideways. So this is what it would look like just regularly.
What type of video should I edit and do today?
And then you can have it fade out as well if you want. So
and then I thought,
or if you don't want it to be so weird like that, you can do it as cross distorter on the clip, I'm pretty sure.
And then I thought,
well, it looks like this thing doesn't want to do it as a thing. But yeah, you kind of get the drift with that. So, and then after when you're done, when you can delete stuff, most times you want to click cut rather than delete, because when you click delete, it can get rid of all the type of stuff, you know. You can do delete segment, but you know, I always do cuts, because then it just takes it out quick and easy. So as you can see, if you just if you right click instead of left clicking all the time, that there's just regular paste that pops up. This is if you right click on this, you can see where there's your type of stuff that's like fusion clips. There's open fusion pages and stuff, check marks. I've still got a lot of stuff that I still need to do as a whole. Duplicate frames, take out a segment. So this is where it would just be where you would look at the thing as a whole, and this is where you can like edit the thing on its own. You know, dynamic zoom in, you can do it where it zooms in automatically on the things that goes. This thing, timeline viewer options. So that's just a weird stuff. Don't mess with stuff unless you want to really learn how to do the stuff. Do mess with stuff. You got all your other effects that you've got, like your swipe, your wipe, like all the other stuff. Some of these stuff I'm pretty sure I can't use quite yet because I don't have the full version of it. But if you got the full version of it, I'd definitely go and try and mess around with all those type of stuff if you guys are like all that type of stuff. The fusion clip. So this is where you can have, like, I'm pretty sure you can either have it as like a blurred picture or so like that. That I've seen on its own is when you go into color, you can have it where it's like a black and white type of opacity. You can change that to full or change it to loads of things. So you can also show how much of a box you want it as a thing. So you don't need the whole thing to be like black and white. So that's really fun to do. I'm pretty sure you can have a zoomed in part on that as well. So yeah, how there's dynamic zoom in, zooms in onto it automatically. Let's just cut this out now because we don't want this. I just want it to be basic for you guys for when you see, because this is already a clip that we're doing right now. Yeah, you can also go onto the color gradients. These are really nice because if you go on to like this part, you can go on to the other parts. These are where you can do stuff automatically, so you can have everything on like purple if you wanted. Just change them back by clicking the middles of them. If you're wondering how to add in green screen sources, you just simply add in add source, and you add in another part that was okay, sorry that this is editception and editception, but I'm future Daniel, and I need to fix past future Daniel's mistakes. So what I'm doing is past Daniel forgot how to even edit a green screen transition. So me, future Daniel, is fixing what should have been future Daniel's problem, but is actually future Daniel's. You get my drift. You know, sorry that there's an editception and editception, but okay, so what we do is we scroll all the way back over here because future Daniel made an edit where he's put his supporter creator codes. Except it's not Daniel's. It's not future Daniel's supporter creator code. It's the supporter creator code, which is clickbait. And clickbait is one of my good old friends. And I show you this. That this thing is the only green screen edit that I have as a whole. Yeah.
Oh, about editing.
See, it is this thing that pops up on the screen. And this future Daniel, the future, if you forget how to do this, you go onto this color circle. As soon as it loads in, you see how you've got the green arrow and the blue one. You right click, you click on, so let's click on reset all grade nodes right now.
you click onto add source, and then you click onto add alpha resolve. You simply just line this up, then you click onto this thing over here. You click on this to outscale it. Simply go onto this key bit, make sure it's this one. Click on this, click on this, you click on this, click on this, click on this, click on this. You make sure it's looking like this, and then you simply just go into this part, and depending on how much of the thing you want the thing gone, you definitely want a big proportion of the thing. You want that to be open like that, and then have this bit open like this. Perhaps it's depending on whether the picture fully disappears in as a thing or not. But you don't want to have too much radiating on that, otherwise you'll like disappear everything. Say like wait, look at this. But yeah, you want to make it be like a looking thing like this, all that much, you know. Try keep all the grey things out as possible. Just click that if things don't work so great. I'm pretty sure these are like over outputting grains or so. Something weird like that. Yeah. To make sure that things are not all too clicky, you know. Click the aspect ratio multiple times for the type of thing. Get as much green out as possible, and then you're basically done for the green screen edit. You've done this bit all the way like this. Like this. Like that. That's moreover how to do the green screen panning in.
So I hope you guys enjoy
so then
that.
You don't have like the full box that's like everywhere, you know. And edit transception, and we're gonna do an edit transception from this app. So I hope you have enjoyed all of that, guys. See you then. Yeah, this part. This is where where you can have the text. You can also put on paint. You can draw something if you want, so you can have this going on for a part of the clip, you know. But that does work usually. Brightness, this is where you can change all the saturation stuff as the thing as a whole if you want to do that individually. Blur, this is where you would have your blurred type of stuff, outlines of stuff. So I like to blur stuff quite a few times. Oh, and also, if you wanna, if there's a time period when things are not working, so for example, you wanna do this in like 1080p 60 FPS, right? Well, you just go on to project settings, and you can customize these stuff to whatever your preference is. So, for example, you can you just want to mess with really the top ones that are up here. So once you go down to this bit, you just want to be you get your max ultra HD stuff at this part. But for the most stuff, guys, most people don't have like 4K type of stuff. And when you want to do something like that's like this, where you can have it also in 4K, that's when you want to do it as you want to do it on 30 FPS more than 60 FPS. So basically, before the project starts as a whole, you can basically easy just do these stuff on whatever type of stuff that you need it to be. For example, like this and this. You do your project settings. This is where you would choose the type of frame rate beforehand. You want to do this automatically beforehand, before you actually put in your media source properly through the ranks of stuff. Yeah, every time you go on to this type of stuff, you want to go on to the advanced settings. Well, not every time, but you see use optimized media. That's one thing that you want to do when if things are keyframe dropping as a whole. This is where you can simply just go into the type of stuff you can either do QuickTime or MP4, but when you do it MP4, it does it automatically with the audio part. If you go into the About sections and you go into Preferences, you go into the User Log, there's a part that's automatically selected, which is like Start Preferences Processed. What you want to do is you want to untick that box, because that box is the most annoying box whenever it comes to exporting stuff. And then when you go onto the Add Rendering and you choose the type of stuff, your Start Renderer job should definitely work when it's all working. So yeah, you guys, I've been your host to Epic Gaming. This has been the video. If you're new, please like and subscribe. See y'all later. Goodbye.